Hello, everybody. It is Amanda, and today we have a very special guest. Oh my gosh, what?
I'm Madison Mary from Princess of Paperback.
She's in LA visiting, and where are we? Oh, is that the Rip Bodice? Yes, it is. Today, we are doing a very cool video because we are going to be recommending each other books because we both love smutty delights. Let's go. What are you in the mood for? So I'm going to recommend you something.
I think a mass market because
Genre.
genre.
Yeah. Would you
let's-
like a smutty man in a kilt?
Oh my god, I feel like you were talking about this a couple months ago.
I
yes,
was,
let's
but
do
I kinda
a
want-
man in a kilt. Give me a
Excellent choices. So we did not have luck with Highlanders, smutty Highlanders, because they did not have a lot of books in the Lindsay Sands series. I already told her which ones I was going to get, but they didn't have a lot of books, the ones I wanted to get. So we changed our minds, and I have recommended this one.
Not that you could see it initially.
In the sun, it's too bright. There it is. Rock Addiction by Nalini Singh. It is a rock star romance. It is like redonkulously smutty. So
I'm so excited.
they like do it.
I just found it. Yep.
Yep. That was like page 15, huh?
This was like, oh, what's this in italics? Oh, I'll see.
Right away. For me, I got The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I've never read this before, but it comes highly recommended from this one.
I know. It's how I started off reading romances, and like anything that was slightly smutty, it just is like, hello.
So yes, hello.
Hey, hello everybody. We're back at my place, and Madison's being lovely and pouring us more wine. Mind you, we have started drinking wine
We're one glass
already.
in.
We're lubricated. So we got some Thai food. We're gonna have a dinner party. We're gonna have more wine. We're gonna talk about smut. Let's do this.
We've been talking about many that are on her shelves because there are a lot that I have not even heard of or read before.
I feel like I'm an OG romance reader at this point.
I come to you, like, I watch your channel mostly to get recommendations because there's just so many different things that you read in the romance genre that, like, I feel like people don't normally hear of or want to try.
Well, thank you. I watch your channel just because I think you're adorable as a human. Because, like,
That's my adorableness.
I really found your channel when you read God's Grave and Dark Dawn. Not Dark Dawn. What's the first one of that?
Nevernight.
Nevernight. Because you were like, your reactions were
Oh, they were like live in time reactions.
they were the most adorable things I had ever read. I'm like, girl, me too.
God's
me
Grave
too,
was
girl.
priceless.
So that was like my first like introduction to your personality.
So I know that for sure from your shelves, I want to read Janine Frost's
Okay.
vampire smutty book.
They're smutty vampires. Mm-hmm. And the thing about Janine Frost books, like, they're not great. Like, let's be real. I'll be real with you. I've read better vampire smut. But the thing that makes Janine Frost, like, extra special is that, like, her vampire sex, they're doing some vampire shit.
Like, it's the extent that they go to.
Yeah, they're not just, like, having, like, regular dirty sex, which is fun. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy that. However, they're getting creative with their vampire licensing. Like, their fangs are gonna get into interesting places.
Like what?
Like, vagina skin. His fangs have, like, chemicals on it that, like, make it, like,
Pleasurable.
sexy.
But I find that's very common in a lot of, like, vampire, even if it's just slightly smutty, they always make it that when, like, the vampire bites, it's, like, erotic to the person who's
I know.
been bitten.
They do that. But it's always just like, ooh, the neck, and it's, like, sexy feeling. He's like, no, he's biting shit that's not the neck.
And it still gives sexy feelings.
He's biting shit that's, like, you're already putting in your mouth sexually. So, like a nipple or, like, vagina skin or anywhere else, he's, like, putting those fangs to some use. And I'm like, you are getting creative with your vampire smut. And I am appreciating it.
I have never tried to listen to audiobooks of smut because I feel like I could never be in the right setting where it wouldn't show on my face that I'm like...
Just suck it up. Just drive in the car and just be like, I am not listening to
See, if
smut.
I was driving, it's a different deal. But if I'm walking somewhere, what am I supposed to do?
I just do it. I don't give a fuck.
You're like, that's it. No, it doesn't matter if people know. They can't. Let them know. Let them be uncomfortable because I'm not.
Well, I have headphones in. I'm not just like boomboxing my smut to the world. No, like I wear headphones, but like I'll be at the gym.
Oh.
Like on the treadmill, I'm just like, they are fucking and I'm running.
This is the perfect segue to... I'll explain to you in a second why.
Okay.
A Lesson in Thorns. And the reason why is because...
Oh, yes.
I was explaining this book to Jade from Jaded Reader. And I was like, oh... Because she's read like the J.R. Ward series and she loves it. And I was like, well, she doesn't talk about smut a lot. And I was like, well, give this a shot just because, like, fuck it, why not?
That's all of the smut. Like, someone who doesn't read any smut to going to that's like 0 to 60, homie.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
But I mentioned this, and then she also heard of that book, Sorcery of Thorns.
And do you think they were the same?
She got them confused and bought the audiobook for A Lesson in Thorns and was on the treadmill running.
They're very different books.
Could you imagine thinking you were listening to a fantasy book and then getting A Lesson in Thorns and being like, orgies.
There's a lot of orgies in that
It's
book.
ritualistic orgies, and I love it.
That's the thing, though. That's like our difference book because you love it and I did not like it. Mm-hmm. But then again, I'm like the unpopular opinion because everywhere I go, I see people loving this book, and I'm just like, mm-mm.
The biggest divide is with book 2. People hate how book 2 ends.
I didn't even like book 1.
My thing is like, it already was so fucking weird that weird plot twist at the end of book 2 that if I read it in any other book, it would annoy me because it's a trope that I'm like, I hate this trope. And I really hate that trope to the max.
Yeah.
But because this book already pushes so many boundaries and is already so, like, out there, I read it and I was like, you know what? I still fuck with it. I still love it. And you know what? Why not?
I'm glad you love it.
I'm glad I love it because...
I'm genuinely happy for you that you love it because that is my hardcover copy that you didn't have and you get to own it now.
So happy and I have a physical copy.
Friendship.
But this is what got me into, like, reading all the MMF romances, which I've been so into recently.
There are many MMF scenes in there.
I'm not the hugest fan of age gap romances.
Which ones?
Age gap romances.
Oh, those are tricky.
Some of them I'm okay with, but if they're, like, too big of a gap, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, no, like, there's this one by Karina Halley. I was telling her about Karina Halley earlier, which is, like, good because it's, like, dirty sex, but, like, good dirty sex. And she wrote this one, and it's, like, she was hooking up with, like, her dad's business partner.
Oh.
And I'm like, no.
That's
no,
not okay.
No, that's, like, a whole, like, field of daddy issues we don't need to get into in this romance.
No, well, Credence by... And I'm not a huge fan of Penelope Douglas, because I read her Punk 57. I don't know. I don't like bully romances. I never tried them before.
No.
And it's not advertised as a bully romance, okay? You know how normally on Kindle it's like, oh, high school bully romance. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to read those.
No. Fuck
Punk
bullies.
57 is not advertised as that. You read it. It is that. It's a high school bully romance. It's just not advertised as it. So I learned I don't like those.
No.
But Credence is a age gap, so it's apparently this girl, her stepfather's brother, and then his 2 sons.
But she fucks all of them?
Yes.
She fucks her step-uncle and her step-cousins.
Yes.
No. See, that's
And she...
Stop fucking your cousins!
She turns 18 in the book, and the stepfather is, like, 40-something. And I'm like, that's not an age gap that I'm okay with.
Okay, she should stop fucking her family members, first of all. Like, that's step 1. Secondly...
Step 1 of step-sibling rules.
Yeah. Step 1, stop fucking your step-siblings. Don't fuck people that are in the same family as you.
There's step-cousins, so there's, like, negative bloodlines, but
it depends how you were raised. Like, if you, like, your mom just married this guy and you're 18... But if you grew up around these people, it's like, no. You were raised
know
as
them.
cousins.
She didn't know them at all.
So
They live,
that's,
like,
like,
in
a
the
little
mountains
better.
of, like, Idaho. I don't fucking... that's probably
So they're
not
like
it.
hillbillies?
No, they're like weird mountain Ravager, like hunting.
They're in the hills and these are the billies that live in them.
They hunt
fucking their
shit.
cousins.
Oh.
Did I just blow your mind?
That makes so much sense. Countryside incest.
Yeah, I can't get behind it. I know, like, stepbrother, stepsister, like, you are not related at all.
It still weirds me out sometimes.
It still weirds me out because it's just like, the brother and sister are still involved.
The only time I'm okay with it is manga because it's always been in there, so it's fine with me. But in reading books, I'm like, no. Same with age gap. I can read age gap in mangas, but age gap in romances. If it's too big,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Then again, you think about, like, Twilight, and that's, like, a fucking age gap. He's, like, 90. And she's 17.
Vampires don't count.
Vampires don't count, because they're like, that's like an age gap all the time. What would he have to say to a 17-year-old? He's 90.
Yeah, but it's like...
I think about 17-year-olds at my age, and I'm like, what the fuck do I have to say to a 17-year-old now?
Think of J.R. Ward's first book. He's like a 400-year-old vampire, and she just turned 24. That's big.
It's a big age difference.
But you don't think about it because she's like...
But she's also a vampire. They have other things to worry about.
They have many things. Death.
Vampire shit. There's
Death.
probably something bad's gonna happen. You don't have any, like, peaceful vampires playing golf. They're always, like, fighting some fucking battles. You don't ever have, like, normal vampires paying their taxes. Okay, so the smuttiest thing I ever read was Claimed by the Wolf by Charlene Teglia.
He's got a cool tattoo.
I read it at a library book sale, and I was like, oh, werewolf porn? Tell me more. And
Always.
it's like this girl, and she fucks 5 dudes simultaneously. You don't have enough holes. Like, how is she... Like, she is just...
You only have 3.
She's like, just hands and like, just 5 dudes at once. And I'm like, part of me respects her, just like, yeah, girl, respect. You get those 5.
That's impressive.
You get those 5. But the other part of me is just like, that just seems exhausting.
Well, the thing with reading so many MMFs recently is you get double penetration constantly. But...
This is gonna be demonetized.
so bad. So bad.
So it's like a wolf and a demon and a vampire and like 2 other like supernatural like things. I can't remember right now because I drank a lot of wine. But like she fucks all of
Shadow
them.
Guardians.
Yeah, they're like guardians of this thing.
But she has to be one specific person's mate.
Yeah,
But
the
she
wolf.
fucks them all.
But she has to fuck all of them.
Oh!
The dragon. There's a dragon guy and he uses his tail in interesting ways. He puts his tail in places.
No. It goes, for one night, she must share herself with all 5 warriors.
Yeah.
I need to take a photo of this blurb.
Yeah. It's like the smuttiest thing I ever read. I bought it at a library book sale and did not read the blurb on the back. And I was just like, wait a minute. At a certain point, you're just like, I gotta see how bad this gets.
Now that I think
if you're
about
gonna
it.
do like a weird kink thing, like you have to have like the consent because that's a big thing in the kink community.
Mm-hmm.
Is like consent. Like people aren't just like forcing people to do weird shit. You have to be like, I'm into weird shit. Let's do it together.
Oh, and they're consistently... I think that's what I really love about it, is they're consistently like, are you okay with this? We can stop already. Like, are you sure? And it's always brought up, and I love that kind of shit. I hate when you have, like, that's Credence by Penelope, the one I mentioned with, like, the 3 different sex with the step uncle.
All the
Apparently,
family
it's,
members.
like, blurry consent, too, and I'm like,
You're already fucking your cousins and it's blurry consent.
well, what about, you know, with J.R. Ward's first book, Dark Lover?
No, because I hate J.R. Ward. We talked about
That
this.
was the first one. You read the first one.
We talked about it. I hated it still.
I know. But it's blurry consent because they're such like they don't even fucking know each other. But he enters the room, but they're mates, so they like
I'm
instantly
fucking aware.
bang.
I fucking hate it. J.R.
It was
Ward
weird.
writes weird consent in her books consistently to the point where I'm just like, do you have like a rape fantasy? And then like I read one of her books where it's literally a graphic rape scene. I told you about the Bourbon Kings. I'm like, if I was gonna read this book again, I'd burn it. I don't believe in burning books, but I want to burn it. There's a graphic rape. Not even like questionable consent rape. Like it's full rape.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so I'm like, I can't fuck with J.R. Ward. I know so many people like her, and I'm
Shit, I
genuinely
had
happy.
no idea that was like a.
I'm genuinely happy people like J.R. Ward, but like I can't fuck with her. Like I don't get behind her writing. There's so many problematic things that it's like it builds up to a point where I'm just like I can't fuck
You're like,
this.
you know what? That's it. I'm kind of done. Like any further, and it's just not gonna work.
I've heard good things. People have recommended me her books a lot, but it's just like, like
It just doesn't
can't.
work.
I can't get into it.
I hate blurry consent in books, or I hate books that use, like past experiences of like sexual assault as like a plot device, but don't go into it. Like, if you go into it, fine. I'm okay with that. Like, if you deal with the trauma and talk about it, great, thank you. But if you don't go into the trauma and talk about it, don't make it a plot point. It's not allowed to be, like, a plot device.
Yeah.
Make it a growing point for the book.
It's just, like, a point of titillation, where it's just like, ooh,
Oh.
look how this is, like, interesting and
Oh,
dangerous.
she's broken, he's gonna help her. It's like, no.
It's like a sense of
Focus on
danger.
her. Yes.
But it's like, it's irresponsible danger. We're getting into some heavy stuff. Before we were drinking, before we started eating, and we were just like giggling and like having like, oh, look at this smutty book. And now we're like, let's get into real issues.
Let's talk about more. Well, I haven't. The only Test Dare that I have read is this series.
I'm so happy right now that we're gonna share this.
Okay, I own another one of them, but I forget. So where should I go next after reading these three? And
go backwards. Directly backwards.
Oh, just directly backwards?
To the middle one right there, which is the Castles Ever After series, which is my second favorite series.
And is this your favorite?
No.
Is this one?
Yes.
Yes.
That one in particular is one of my favorite books. If you
even tabbed it.
Oh, I tabbed it. Those are smutty bits. I'll admit, I did tab the smutty bits.
Yes.
This book in particular has LARPing in it.
Really?
I know, Regency era LARPing. What?
How?
So, it happened. It was like real. People would dress up like knights and shit in Regency era.
Oh.
And it's about this girl who like is like the subject. She's like the Harry Potter. If Harry Potter was real.
I think this is the one that I own.
It's really good.
Or is it The Night to Surrender? I don't know, but after reading these, I was just like, that's it. I love her. She's amazing. Like, she was my first foray into Regency romances, and after that, I was like, that's it. She's amazing. I need to read more of this.
See, but Tessa Dare is rare. Because most Regency romances are not Tessa Dare.
Well, what about, like, the Eva
Lee, like, you think they're gonna be great, because, like, on Twitter, Eva Lee is, like, gold.
Oh, yeah, she's the shit.
And she's so funny. And her books do have, like, a fair amount of smut in them, and she's very sex positive, which is great, but her books aren't funny.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So if you're expecting, like, funny, like Tessa Dare is...
So it's more like,
not gonna get that.
That makes sense. I guess I can see that, because she is out of the norm, because, like, you don't normally expect period pieces to have hilarious subplots to them, and, like, that kind of stuff, because they're normally quite serious and, like,
Okay, let's talk about the Smutty Delight I recommended you. I had you buy Rock Addiction by Nalini Singh. Now, Nalini Singh is mainly known for paranormal romance, her Side Changeling series, her Angel fucking series. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, the Archangel one?
Yeah, Guardian.
I don't know what it's called.
There's angels and they, like, do it. Whatever that series is. This is, like, a contemporary series. So it's, like, rock stars and, like, Smutty Delights. But, like, girl, you open it, like, to chapter 1, you're like, oh...
I forget where I was. I was, like, opening up to the very beginning, and it was, like, this...
It's, like, chapter 2 they do it. Like, it's, like...
Oh, I think that was it.
It's, like, meet and bang immediately. It's one of the smuttiest books I've read.
It was page 23, because I read the...
Page 23. Let's, like, let that sit for a second.
We'll go slower the second time.
The second time around! Page 23, bitches.
That's what I read, and I was like, oh, okay.
It's really smutty. But, like, good smutty, where you're just like...
You're like, you know what, this is solid.
That's solid. Like, that's, like, good stuff for imaginary purposes. Like, it's all about make-believe. It's like, yes, all of the men have abs, and all of the women have multiple orgasms. That's just how it is in this world. So it's a rock star and a shy librarian. I know. It's completely romance tropes, and I love it.
Anytime I see Librarian in a book, I'm like, I need to buy that.
I mean, I am the naughty librarian. Like, let's be real.
I love it. I feel like there's another book I came across recently, and it was like, Librarian. I go, oh, that sounds good. Like, I'll just download it instantly. I'm like, bye.
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 We all have our auto-buys.
For me, it's something smut, something librarian. Bomb.
Question. What's a genre of romance you want to get more into?
Paranormal, honestly. Okay. Because I've read so many that are just modern day set. Like, I've read a crap ton of college age ones. And then I've slowly gone into, like, probably late 20s, early 30s is where I've, like, been. But I've only just started looking into paranormal romances and being like, you know what? This gives me the best, because I normally go between high fantasy and just, like, hardcore smut. There's like
you do.
Yeah.
Same.
That's just where I go. And so then when I started reading paranormal romances, I was like, oh my god. It's the in-between.
It's the in-between.
It gives you everything you could want.
Werewolf born for life, yo.
That's why I really want to read, like, more of them. But I just...
Okay.
So, I want ones that are good and not going to be, like, bad.
Okay. I will recommend one to you. Because, like, we talked about this a little bit. But, like, what other things are you into? What paranormal thing is, like, you're like, yeah. Like vampires, werewolves,
we
demons.
We love vampires. We love demons.
Okay.
I haven't really read werewolves, but I'd be into trying werewolves.
Who isn't? Okay, funny or not funny? Do you want something dramatic or do you want something like funny?
Funny.
Okay. Funny demons.
Not what you normally put together.
Demons can be fun. Why not? Let them be fun.
I think that makes it more fun when they're funny
Let
demons.
them be fun. Fun demons. Yeah. I am so excited. Funny demons, like I got you. I fucking got you. This isn't the first book of the series, but it's about funny demons.
Give me my funny demons.
Sweet Ruin by Kresley Cole.
Oh, this is pretty.
I know. It's like, it's suggestive, but not smutty.
Yeah, like you wouldn't know it's like a
Like you
shitless
can read
man
this
being like,
and like it looks like, ooh, that's probably a thriller. Someone got murdered. You're reading a murder mystery.
That's
but no,
true.
No, people are fucking in it. So this is Josephine and Rune. And Rune Baneblood, he's kind of like a dark elf, but like demon-y.
Okay.
We're using the term demon loosely. Go with me on it. And then Josephine, she is like this race of people, kind of aliens, but also they're like half phantom, half vampire. So they're like vampires who become incorporeal.
Oh.
It's getting crazy, I know. So the thing about Rune, he's a dark elf, so he's kind of demon-y, and his blood is like demon blood, so it's poisony.
Oh, okay.
So no one can like, he can't like come in a person because his like fluids are like poisonous.
Oh.
So he's not having a good time. And then he meets Josephine and she's just like, your blood is tasty, yo. I'm not allergic to your blood.
And then they can fuck.
They can fuck. And then like it's really good and she's so funny. She's a sassy heroine. She's actually can't read, so he teaches her to read.
Oh, I love that.
And and he's like, this is like very late in the series. It's like book 16 or something.
What?
It's a long series. But this is a group of people that you get told about and told about and told about as the bad guys. This is actually a switch over in the series where it stopped being told from like the perspective of the good guys and they moved to the bad guys.
Oh.
Who are still like kind of good guys. They're just on different sides of this like cataclysm. So it's like the bad guys' point of view. So you see like the good guys you've been reading about for a long time, but on the other end of it where they're the villains. So it's actually a changeover in the series. Dark elf, demon-y blood. I think he's like something else too. He's like Rune Baneblood, so he's like a dark elf and something else. I think he's part demon too, so he's like poisonous blood.
That's where the demon-y bit comes from. Yes.
And then like Phantom Vampire Girls is like, your blood is tasty, and he's just like, what? And she's like, suck it, and she's like, and then she like leaves, and like he's like befuddled, and then like
it goes on from there.
It goes on from there. So yes.
Perfect. I'm so excited.
I recommend that. This is the first book of the series. I have the original covers. Look at that smut.
Oh my god.
You're like, the one I showed you today didn't look like this. It was like it was like classy and like black and white. I'm like, nah, I got the fucky ones.
Oh my god.
But this is the one I told you about. It's a werewolf and a half vampire, half Valkyrie.
Oh.
And then like they do it. And then like he tried.
Yeah, the cover you showed me today was.
I'm not gonna get into like
much different.
I'm not gonna get into the bits I told you about earlier because this video is probably already demonetized. But like, there's some creative fucking.
Well, ever since they flipped over to the kids and no kids, it hasn't been getting demonetized.
Okay, so in this one,
you're like, fuck it now.
I've already drank a lot. I don't care. But he's like, she's really nervous, so he's like, oh, you should drink. And she's like, I don't really drink. So he's just like,
oh, that was this book.
And he's like, she doesn't drink because she's a vampire. She drinks blood. So he's just like,
try some alcohol.
I got it. I'm gonna drink a lot, so I'm a little tipsy, and then you can drink my blood. And she doesn't bite him on the neck. She bites him in his private parts.
Which is why I was like, oh, Queen Takes Nights, they bite the vajayjay.
She bites his
peen.
She bites it, and he's just like, I didn't know this could happen, and he's very happy about it. It's not like a traumatic situation. He's very happy. But
it's just not something you would normally think
she
about.
really likes the blood, and she drinks too much, and he passes out.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was trying to get her drunk, so I mean, like, what are you gonna do? That's the thing though, like cringy consent, because this is so old. Like that cringy consent thing, where it's like technically nothing bad happened, but like the thought process is problematic.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, you should get drunk, because if you get drunk, you're more likely to want to fuck me, which is like problematic. But like, I don't know, there's questionable consent issues.
That's the thing with some like smut books is, if you read old ones, the consent is normally questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Which sometimes you can get past it. I haven't gotten to any where I've been like, meh, but
I've gone to some. But yeah, I don't know, it's like cringy. Like I'm scared to go back and reread these ones because like I love this book. Genuinely. It was one of my favorites of the series, but now I'm just like, I don't want to go back and reread it. Like it makes me worried. When did this come out? Let's see what the publishing date is. 2006.
I thought it'd be actually older than that considering.
But 2006 is like, still like that's over a decade ago.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot has changed since 2006.
And that's where I feel like there are some that you can go back and read and you'll even find like, not even questionable consent, but just like, other things in it that are just like, Then you look at when they're published and you're like, oh, it's...
The social commentary of the day was different.
Exactly.
It doesn't make it right, but like the social commentary.
But you can't get mad at them for doing it back then.
This is what they were doing then. It's still like not something you should promote, obviously. Like we should all be like thoughtful of that, but like...
They weren't.
I remember 2006. Like, it was still fashionable to wear thongs outside of your pants.
Oh, the ones above, and then you're like...
The rail tail thing was, like, fashionable then. Like...
Bending over and, oop!
It was a very different, like, scene in, like, the cultural setting and, like, how people viewed women. It was still wrong then as it is now, but, like, it was more commonplace and people didn't, like, speak out about it.
No one.
So it was a different, like... vibe going on in the world. Not that the problems didn't exist and they shouldn't have been talked about, but it was just like people didn't talk about them.
It was still there. Okay. So let's have you give me one last recommendation.
Okay. One last recommendation. What else are you into? What else do you want to like be interested in smut wise? Do you like sports? Do you like athletes?
But I feel like the athlete, you're just going to give me that Blitz series.
No.
Oh, okay, then yes.
There's a lot of smutty sport books.
Then yes, give me a... Because I do love my... Because that one I gave you is a hockey. Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah. I love my hockey romances.
I got this, girl. So, have you read J.C. Burton before?
No, I have not. I have never... He's visibly sweating on the cover.
He is, like, moist on the cover.
Damn.
But it's a hockey romance. And it is very smutty. Like DP smutty.
Ooh.
But it's not a three-way.
Oh.
So, like, it's very smutty. Very, very smutty. But, like...
Oh, this seems really
hockey
good.
player, it is like, baby fucking, yo. It's good. There's more books in this series, but I actually genuinely like J.C. Burton. I don't talk about her a lot on my channel because, like, I haven't read one of her books in a long time. But, her sport romances are smutty.
Yeah, I love them.
Girl, I own a bunch, but, like, they're smutty romances. There's more.
Oh, damn.
There's, like, 12. Like, I only own a few of them.
Oh, ooh.
There's, like, so many, and there's, like, all different sports. But, like, she writes a lot of sport romances, and they're, like, they just fucking everywhere.
Well, thank you, Amanda, for giving me all these deliciously smutty...
I took a huge bite. Hold on.
Okay.
So, books.
Wonderfulness.
Wonderfulness.
We got some smutty...
Smut.
delight.
Hockey. Werewolves. Demons.
Demonic sex.
We're getting all into it. All of the smutty delights your heart can want.
We love it. It's wonderful and perfect.
Yay.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And
I'm so glad you're here.
Yes.
She's visiting LA. We gotta hang out and we're having Thai food. We're having lots of wine. We're talking about smutty books. This is like the best. Also, go over to Princess of Paperback, her channel. It is adorable. She is adorable in her vlogs because that's how I found her and like her reaction. Your reactions are adorable though. And they're really fun, and she's going to have the second half of this video where we talk more about romance and smut and like fun times, get drunker, have more food. It's going to be great.
I love it.
Go over to her channel. I'll post a link to her video somewhere in here in the video down below. There'll be a link.
We'll figure it out.
You'll find it. It'll happen in the future.
I'm not worried.
If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye. I can't reach the camera. It's over there.
I'm gonna get up.